Welcome to the mat, friends. We're going to start by getting settled. Find a nice comfortable seat. Really feel yourself sitting on those sit bones. Maybe rock side to side until you feel like you've really got a good comfortable seat. Just start to take some big inhales and long exhales, releasing any tension in the shoulders, the hands, the neck. You can let those exhales be a loud sigh if you need to. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. Let your shoulders soften, let your jaw unclench. Let your body settle onto the mat. Start to notice the rhythm of your natural breath. And with each inhale, invite in calm, and with each exhale, just let go of any heaviness that you might be carrying during this winter season. Stay here for a moment, simply breathing. And when you're ready, bring your awareness back, open your eyes. And we're going to come into the start of our practice today. All fours, we're just going to take one long inhale looking towards the sky and a long exhale rounding the spine. And from here, you're going to take your time releasing that spine into a neutral back. And go ahead and just walk your hands out in front of you. Hips stay over the knees. And you're going to rest your forehead on the mat here into melting heart pose. Opening up the chest. You might feel this in the upper back and the shoulders. If at any point you feel like the sensation in your shoulders is a bit too intense, I highly suggest just widening your hands a little bit. So maybe bring your hands a little closer to the sides of your mat so they're a little wider away from your center, and that can alleviate maybe some of the tension you might be feeling if it's really intense in your shoulders. Remember to just stay present with your breath, stay present with the moment, and I will pop back in a moment. Gently walk your hands back up to hands and knees. Take a beat here if you need to. Go ahead and grab your blocks if you should need them. And we're going to bring that right foot in between the hands. If you need to set up your blocks, find whatever level is comfortable for you. We're going to be holding dragon pose today for about 3 minutes. So we're really getting comfortable today. So if you need to start with the blocks, or maybe you just need the blocks in general for support, just find what level you need. And once you've settled on that level and you've really settled into the pose, just honor the stillness that comes with the practice. That back hip is dropping towards your mat, feeling a deep stretch in your right hamstring, and doing your best to try and keep your chest, it doesn't have to be perfectly up, but still kind of the direction of forward. We don't want to let the spine round too much and go concave into falling towards the mat with our upper body. Awesome job. Go ahead and switch to the other side, bringing that left foot in between your hands. Find where you need to be, find your sweet spot, grab the blocks if you need support here. And once again, just settle into the pose. Great job here, friends. Let's slowly make our way out of dragon on the left side. Just come to your knees for a moment. Take a deep breath. Maybe let the shoulders drop away from the ears. And let's slowly make our way into caterpillar pose, legs out straight in front of you. You don't have to specifically flex or specifically point. Just kind of let the toes face the ceiling in the most natural way you can without too much force or focus. And you're going to walk your hands out in front of you, really reaching at the waist as you reach your hands as far as they can go out in front of you. Feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings. You might even feel it in your calves. It is okay here to let the head drop so that you don't feel like you have to hold it up. So there will be a tiny bit of rounding in your spine, and that's totally okay here. You're also welcome to use a block to rest your forehead on if that makes you a bit more comfortable. And once again, we're just keeping it simple and just holding our pose, finding true stillness here. Be with your thoughts, be with your body, be with the quiet. Allow yourself to be in this practice. Wonderful, friends. Slowly make your way to a nice seated position. And we're going to swing our legs around and come into seal pose today. So set yourself up by having the legs behind you, thinking of shifting your pelvis in towards the mat. Reaching the hands out in front of you as far as they can go without you feeling like you need to struggle to keep your chest up. So if your hands are a little too close to the body and it's hard to hold, or you feel any pain or struggle in the low back, I want you to think of reaching your hands a little farther away from you. It's okay if you are not perfectly upright. Think of the chest open, shoulders back, neck long. We're not going to be here too long. And another thing to be conscious of here is just a little bit of softness, which sounds like, what are you asking me to do? You're asking me to literally hold my body up. But yes, try and think of softness in the glutes. So if you're clenching your glutes here, I want you to be mindful of that. And when you exhale, let it go. Softness in the elbows. Softness in the quads if you're gripping the quads here to try and hold the pose. If there's tension in the jaw, I want you to notice and let that go. Find a softness in the tongue. If you feel like your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears, I want you to be cognizant of that. And if you notice that, let the shoulders drop away from the ears. Great job. Slowly come out. Take a second, take a beat, and we're going to come onto our backs. And before we go into our next pose, I just want you to get the feet nice and wide as the mat, or maybe slightly wider than the mat, and let your knees just drop in. You're going to feel a very interesting stretch, and just allow yourself to feel it. We're not here too long, but just breathe. Take stock of how you feel so far. Mentally, physically, emotionally. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and pull that right knee in towards the chest. And then we're going to allow our left leg to straighten out in front of us. And then go ahead and take that right leg across the body into a nice twist here, looking towards the ceiling or away from that right knee, whatever works for you. Feeling that release in the low back. For some, it might be a release in that outer hip or glute. Once again, just honor whatever you specifically are feeling in this very moment on your mat today. Let's go ahead and use a little bit of our core to bring that leg back center, and we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side, pulling that left knee towards the body. And when you're ready, go ahead and just take the left leg across the body, arm outstretched, looking away from that leg or towards the ceiling. staying connected to the moment and to your breath. Let's go ahead and take that knee back to the center. One last goodbye. Just pull it close to the chest and release. And we're going to get comfortable here. Find Savasana. Let your feet fall naturally outwards. Maybe soften your gaze or close your eyes and start to once again take stock of how you're feeling. And if you are noticing that you are still holding tension in places, I want you to use your exhales to try and let go in those areas. So if you are tensing up your hands or your fingers, I want you to notice it. And on your next exhale, let go. If you're scowling your forehead or scrunching your nose or clenching your jaw, notice those things and just allow yourself to let go. We hold tension in all different types of areas for all different types of reasons. And it's always good to be able to be self-aware enough to notice when we're doing it. And then allow our body some relief by just releasing that feeling of needing to hold so tight. The focus today was to really help with anyone who might be like me that struggles with seasonal depression throughout the winter season, or anybody who just wanted a nice sweet release during this time of year. If you live in the cold, or generally this time of year is just a bit harder for you, it's always good to just find ways to help yourself get through the time and get through the season so that you are still feeling as best as you can and feeling well. For me, Yin Yoga definitely helps. Making sure that I work out making sure that I really do take time to journal my thoughts, take vitamin D, make sure I get some sunlight throughout the day. This is just one tool I wanted to share with anybody who might be in a similar boat as me, who struggles with seasonal depression and just how it affects you, your body, your emotions. And just allow yourself to be soft and present and open to what the moment has for you. Okay, friends, start to find some movement in the hands and the feet. Maybe take a stretch above the head, whatever you need here. We're going to come together and meet in a nice seated position to end our practice today, just like how we started. And once you've found a comfortable seat, we're going to take 3 big breaths together. Big inhale, scoop all of this amazing energy you've created. Exhale, heart center. We're going to do this 2 more times. Big inhale, reach and meet at the top. Exhale, heart center. And big inhale of positive energy and a nice long exhale of what no longer serves you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this sequence served you well today. Be well, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next video.